Change is an essential process to all existence. Hey, how are you guys doing today? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Well, it looks like Bitcoin's dipping just a little bit, down 3.1%. Looks like a lot of these altcoins are dipping a little bit too, a little bit more than the standard 5% that's used for day trading. Do I think that we're about to take another big dip in the market? No, I think we're pretty secure. We've had a nice run up. I mean, we blew past 10,000. We got into 11,000. We came up to 11.3. You know, we're hanging out at 11.2 right now. We're only down 3.1%. I mean, the market cap's a little below that, $500 billion, coming in at $485 billion. I think the market's just kind of taking a little breather. That's awesome. You know, we need this kind of stuff here and there. We can't just always be climbing and climbing. We've seen how those dips happen, though, when we do. So we got 25 billion in the last 24 hours. But you know what the most amazing part of today is? We got that BTC dominance up, coming in at 39%. That kind of means that some of these coins that don't really have a lot of, you know, support behind it, real technology, kind of falling aside. A lot of people are coming back to the true Bitcoin. Always a plus in my book. So, like I said, Bitcoin's 11.2. We got Ethereum, though. They're struggling, though, trying to keep it at 900. They're at 899 right now. They're down 5%. There's been rumors and rumbling that people are starting to lose some faith in Ethereum and everything that's happening. They're also getting closer and closer to moving over to the proof of stake. So, I mean, you know, there goes some of the miner support and everything like that. Only time's going to tell. You know, Ethereum's had such a big following for such a long time that we're going to have to see how they do here all the way through to the end of 2018. We got Ripple, $1.07. You know me, I'm happy with Ripple and anything on the other side of $1. I really don't believe the centralized currency has all that much going for it. Yes, I know Western Union and a few big banks are supporting them. But as always, you know, not everybody really understands what's happening with Ripple or knows what's going on. It's also not really used as practically as everyone thinks it is. But they're down 5.9% today. But what's really taking a hit, Bitcoin Cash, they're down to $1,397. That's down 8.4%, so it's a little more than the rest. So, as always, got to talk about the Steam and the Steam-backed dollar coming in at $4.09. That's down 5.9%. That hurts a little bit. You know I like my Steam at $5. Same with the Steam-backed dollar. Luckily, they're coming in on the other side of $5 at $5.05, even though that's down 5.3%. So, what do we got here for news on Bitcoin and coffee? Some good coffee. Well, we got more going on about this Venezuelan petrodollar going on. So, I mean, we all know how oil is supposed to be bought and sold in, you know, U.S. reserve notes. So this cryptocurrency is going to be definitely skirting that. You know, there hasn't been too much about the United States coming out to put any kind of a stop to it. So their first 24 hours of an ICO was done, and they've gotten about $735 million already. And within the first 24 hours, that's a nice chunk of change right there. So let's see what's going to be happening with this. I mean, a lot of people are starting to sound more and more bullish about this cryptocurrency, and they're even going to go ahead and they're going to see about taking an approach to it where they receive the best forms of money, because, you know, Venezuela has trouble holding value in their dollar, so they're going to be taking other cryptocurrency and fiat cash from other countries and not their own currency. Making sure that the money is put into the best buyer's hands. You know, I don't know what this is going to do, but it definitely looks like it's going to be here to stay. I mean, the president is out on social media and, you know, on television talking about this stuff and how they're going to be taking it in different forms of payment. Let's see what the United States says about this, right? All right, so next up, we're seeing some stuff out of Australia. They have a school there, RMIT. They're going to be offering an 8-week course in blockchain technology. This is amazing. We have to get more universities offering courses in blockchain technology. This one's going to be geared more for business people to see if they can implement blockchain technology and how it's used and what it is. And it's not going to be so much of a theoretical course, but a hands-on course so they can use and understand cryptocurrencies. We also got to get some more courses out there for programmers, because you know that they're in high demand right about now. Because cryptocurrency, I mean, it's the future of money. So, last little bit I got coming up here is we're looking at a Doge fork with Ethereum potentially coming at the end of this fall. It goes to show how this hard forking is getting out of hand and people are starting to try to make value out of absolutely nothing. But they're saying that we're looking at it this fall. They're saying faster transactions, as everyone else always does. They're saying smart contracts. They're saying all those sweet key buzzwords that everybody wants to hear. See if they can't pump the price of Doge up. So, I mean, that one's far enough away where you might want to keep hodling those Doge and see if you can't make a buck off it, even though I'm not giving financial advice, but everybody has a few Doge laying around. So, as always, my brother's here in North Florida hanging out still, so we're going to have an interview with a newbie. And remember, this is just me talking to my brother. This is not financial advice for anybody. Hey, Micah, how are you doing today?
Hey, Eugene. How are you?
So, you got a couple questions today.
Yeah, I was wondering what ICO, FUD, FOMO.
The terms. All right. Well, FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that's usually when some kind of news, usually you hear something like China bans Bitcoin, or South Vietnam, or some country does something, or a famous person that's in the market says something bad about Bitcoin. And usually for a day or two, it kind of drives Bitcoin or whatever altcoin they're talking about, drives the price down a little bit. The social media event of the person or the news is broadcast out of perspective, and it causes the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and people end up selling off their coins at a loss most of the time. On the flip side of this, you have FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. And that's usually an example of this. It'd be not too long ago we heard about Tron. It was all over social media. It seemed like every day the price was pumping up and pumping up. And it seems like that, it's skyrocketing, and you're willing to just try to do anything you can to grab a hold of some of these coins so that you don't miss out on the opportunity of making so much money. The last one you said, though, ICO, it stands for Initial Coin Offering. That's pretty much like a public offering, except for what this is they're saying that if you give them some cryptocurrency, that they're going to give you a small part of their cryptocurrency back. Usually they haven't developed it yet. Usually at this point in time, it's an ERC20 token that's running on top of Ethereum, and they're going to give you that ERC20 token, and later on you'll be trading that when they get their blockchain up and running. It's an investment in a company. So the problem with this is that it's not regulated at this point in time, so a majority of them don't really have a lot behind them supporting them, and they're just white papers which only take a guy a few hours to write up on the internet. But on the flip side of that as well, the ones that do come out and they get their coin out and they get it to an exchange, there's some big investment returns to be made right there. We're seeing up to 10,000% returns on some of them. So, I mean, a lot of people, you can see where the excitement can come along. So, thanks for joining me here. I think everybody's loving your questions. So, as always, it's great having you on.
Yeah, thanks.
If you guys like everything that's happening here on Bitcoin and Coffee, I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. These numbers, they're growing around here, and I absolutely love it. We got a great community building up here, and one of the best parts of this community is I got a free help desk service. It's at eugeneforrest20@gmail.com. It's one of the best things I can do to try to help you guys out. I got all kinds of tools and affiliation codes, stuff to get you, mining equipment, get you going on Steam to make better posts, stuff to get you free Bitcoin and Doge and all of that if you're just starting out, stuff to get you a hardware wallet if you got more than $500 in cryptocurrency. But best of all, I mean, if you got questions, shoot me that email because I love answering them. The free help desk service has been really, kind of blowing up and real useful lately to a lot of people, and it makes me feel great helping you guys out. So if you guys like everything that's going on, please press the thumbs up on this video. It's how YouTube helps people find this video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Remember, keep your Bitcoin safe.